Hello, Internet. Hello, Sam. And welcome back to After Campfire. It's been a little while. It's 2024. It's the first episode of 2024. Me and Sam were supposed to do an episode when I was on the East Coast for my normal winter shenanigans, but when I was at his place, we forgot. And then we were like, it's fine. We'll just do it during New Year's. We did not do it during New Year's. So, welcome back. It's been a while. I've been really busy since I got back. I've been doing something almost every day. I have not had much time. One thing I did was I did this One Piece card game tournament. This is Henry's Diary of How to Adult, I guess, and stuff. And we won. It was a 3 versus 3 tournament, which is like you and 2 friends are playing against 3 other people, and then every round is a best 2 out of 3 out of your team of 3. And we won. It was awesome. Yay! And we're probably gonna do another one in a few weeks, and that'll be fun too. But yeah, I went back to the trapeze for the first time again, like 2 days ago, because I haven't been since like Thanksgiving. So getting back on track with the new year, getting things started again. Have a few goals for the year, changing career situations, but I won't talk about that too much here. Just because the internet is a place where people can learn things about you when you don't want them to. So, yeah. My office will be moving to Bellevue in 2 months, 2.5 months, or 1.5 months. We start in March there. So I don't want to do that. That'll make my commute a nightmare. But yeah, my trip to the East Coast was also great. So I got to see you, Sam, and I got to see the normal folk, and I added another destination to my trip, which was, this is the first time I'm mentioning this so far, I think, which is I started seeing Amanda again, and we've now been dating for about 3.5, 4 months, and it's been going well, except it's also made me very busy, which has made making these videos more difficult. So that is one other reason why I've been behind on this, is I haven't had as much spare time as I used to. I already was very busy, and now I am very, very busy. Okay. Anyways, I was amused by Sam's question because it's the mirror of mine. Because my question to Sam, and I think I had a different idea for this one back when I asked it, was like, what is something you wish you got into earlier? And he mentioned D&D, which I think is always a very funny one because so many of my friends got into D&D after I stopped playing. Well, not that I stopped. I'm not like hesitant to play it. I just I played regularly years ago. Like I had a group before I moved to Seattle, and in middle school is when I played the most. And it's been fun and weird to see all of my friends get really into it. Speaking of which, that's what Amanda's doing now. She's at her D&D night when I'm about to host my Magic night. So what is something I wish I got into more when I was younger or just earlier? There's like 2 things, because one, I'll say one that I did get into and one that I didn't really. One, I'll just say rock climbing. So I tried doing, I don't do it much anymore just because wrist injuries have made it very difficult. But before the pandemic, I was going pretty regularly. I was going 2 or 3 times a week. That was great. And I had a chance to get into it. I did it every now and then, but I was on a team thing when I was in high school. And I didn't enjoy it because most of the kids on the team were younger than me and better than me, and it made me feel like crap. And I wish I just started when I was younger so I could have been one of those good kids who really knew what they were doing, because that kind of thing is just the type of stuff I love. But now I can't do it because it hurts a lot. But at least my other injuries, like my shoulder injury stuff, is doing all right. So I can do trapeze, which is more important to me than rock climbing. But I would like to do both. The other one is when I'm thinking about career paths and just the things that would make me happiest. Getting into video game design and just animation are just things that I kind of just wish I had been into since I was a kid. When I was very little, I was really into animation. Besides Lohican, I went to an animation day camp thing, and I loved it. And I got a stop motion camera, but I just never kept it up because I really liked paper animation of all weird things. But if I got into just digital animation, I think it would have become a huge part of my life, and it kind of just didn't. And I guess it's not really a good answer to the question, because it's what do you wish you got into earlier, that you are into now, presumably. So yeah, the rock climbing one's the better answer, but animation is this weird thing that I feel like always escaped me. And also, like, just video game design in general. I feel like I had this weird mentality when I was a kid that, like, I had to have, like, an admirable profession that my parents would be proud of because I was always, like, told, like, you're the smart one, do the smart, cool thing. So I'm like, okay, engineering. Where I'm like, I just want to make video games, you know? Yeah. But Sam's question, and I don't remember exactly how it was worded, was amusing because it was the opposite, which is basically, what is something you wish you like stopped liking sooner or something like that? Which is like, what just like where this is, what do you wish you got into earlier? What do you wish you got out of earlier? And we talked about this on this trip, and I'm like, man, that's a hard question. And we were like spitballing back and forth, what is like something that we wish like we got out of earlier? And the funny thing for me is I'm still in my thing, which is, man, sometimes I really wish I was able to drop the MCU. Like, as soon as Endgame and I guess Spider-Man 3 came out, or Spider-Man 2? Yeah, because Spider-Man 2 was the one right after Endgame. Because, oh, man, it has not been a good time since. Like, there have been, like, some really high highs. Like, the Loki shows were really good. WandaVision was pretty fun. I liked Thor 4. I know a lot of people didn't really love it, and like Shang-Chi was really good, but man, everything else has been pretty middling to bad, and keeping up to date with it has been kind of miserable. But I'm still like holding out hope that it'll kind of be worth it and that it'll start getting good again. And that, I don't know, maybe I'll grow into love. I mean, maybe there will be good stuff and I'll be kind of rewarded for not having skipped anything. I don't know. I'm very much a completionist in the sense of TV shows. I don't skip things. Like, Doctor Who has been having this weird moment where David Tennant, my favorite doctor, came back, which is really weird because it's like, there's been like 4 doctors since him. What? Or, well, 3. Why would he come back? And also the guy that made Doctor Who, Russell T Davies, like was the head producer or whatever, when I loved it, is coming back. I'm like, man, I want to try it, but if I want to do that, I have to watch all of Peter Capaldi and the female Doctor's seasons. And basically, I've kind of just heard about both of them is they're from bad to mediocre, and like they don't have many high highs. And like there's like ways where you're like, oh, if you like see like Peter Capaldi's Doctor in this way, it's like fine. Or like, oh, the 13th Doctor's fine, she's just really safe. I'm like, that's like 5 seasons of TV that my brain says I must watch if I want to watch new stuff. So I don't know if I'm gonna do that. So yeah, tricky. But yeah, Marvel, I'm still in it for now. The mobile game Marvel Snap, which I've been loving and I've been playing the past year and a bit, I think has been kind of keeping my interest in Marvel stuff alive. I really care about a lot of the stuff, and some of it's good. Like Loki was just really good, and like what's like some like the What If stuff is just like really fun. So like What If season 2 just came out, so me and Amanda are watching it now, though the first episode of it was kind of, and then it's like, I'm like, fine, it's fun. I don't know. What If doesn't need to be the best thing in the world. It's just fun. Whoa, too much hair. I just got a haircut. It's a little bit too fresh right now, so it's a little too short, but it'll grow in and be nice. I hope it gets better. But yeah, part of, again, Sam, here's your question. So like part of why I've been busy is just new relationship-y stuff. And while this is the first time that has included like sharing spaces a lot, which I know is something that we've discussed before because I'm very anxious about everything has to be in the right place and that kind of thing. But sharing time is definitely one of the things I didn't consider as much, just because I have a lot of hobbies and a lot of things I regularly do, and adding another important person on top of that is hard. And I already feel like I am not seeing some of my friends enough as I used to. But Sam, as someone who's about to get married this year, tell me about time management with a partner, especially since you live with them full time. And like, what about your life has changed? And do you feel like there's tips and tricks you needed to learn to get better about it, or not? I don't know. That's all. Happy New Year, and happy after campfire return thing. Bye. 10 minutes.